Welcome back to the CA Power Players Podcast, live every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today, I get a couple of special guests. I don't mean couple. I mean the couple. I mean the power couple. When I think about power couples, man, they will flex on you. They will do whatever it takes to win, but they'll also help you along the way. Welcome back to the CA YouTube channel and podcast, Anthony and Rickeyta Starks.
Hello. Thank you so much for having us. Well, hey, CA world.
Let's go. I love it. Welcome back. They're out of Dallas, Texas. They got a big team. They have a gigantic insurance agency, and they also coach and help people all around the world. They're special people. They mean the world to me. They have a great relationship, first and foremost, right? They put faith in their marriage and their family above business, which is how it should be. But by the way, if they get those other things right, they end up having a successful business too. What do you guys think about that?
That's exactly it. That's the blueprint.
Boom. I love it, man. I love it. That's
Without
good.
the foundation, nothing can stand on it.
Yeah.
Yes. I would love to know, like, so this business thing, when did this, how long have you all been together?
Together, 11 years, and we'll be married 10 years this November.
Wow. You guys are getting old.
Yeah.
He proposed after 7 months of dating me. He knew what he wanted.
No doubt. No doubt. Love at first sight. Dude, wait, was it love at first sight, Anthony?
I won't say love at first sight, but when I got my eyes set on something, I'm a man of action, and I go for it.
Do you think he needs his eyes checked if he didn't get love at first sight, Rickeyta?
Yeah, he does have to wear contacts, so I don't put it past.
He didn't have them in that day. That's all. I love it. Well, I'm curious too. Like you seem like you'll have a lot of fun. You know, we're gonna talk also for those listening. We're gonna talk a lot about business, power couples. They're also like helping couples with business. They're not like couples counseling. Okay, like you know what I mean. Like they're not therapists, but they can help you do better together and build a business. They have powercouplesconference.com coming out soon, which I'm super excited about. I'm gonna be speaking at that. Lauren and I both will. Probably Lauren will probably steal the mic and talk more than me, but we'll have some fun. Are the couples going to be speaking on the stage at the same time?
Yes. So we want to have different perspectives. So we need to have the male perspective. We need to have the female perspective.
Yeah.
And just, our experience as individuals, but we want to all come to one union of thought.
Yeah. So what do you see the most when it comes to power couples and couples trying to thrive in business together? What do you see as some of the roadblocks? Let me throw it to Anthony first. What do you see as some roadblocks that you'll notice?
I'll say number one, the challenge is when you think about power couples, people typically go to the secular mindset of, hey, we are just winning money, monetarily, stuff, right? But it goes beyond that. What does the day-to-day look like? What does the day look like when you have children, or you have children with just an illness, or you have things that go on within the marriage, or you throwing in the towel? I mean, are you fighting through those crucial moments to make sure that your marriage lasts? Those are power couples who don't get the recognition. So it's beyond just, hey, we're bosses making money together. You see what I'm saying? What example are you leaving as values planted in your household?
Yeah.
Are you leading your family? It's all these different things that we want to expand the understanding of what power couples mean.
Right.
That's good. I love that. That's important too. And you guys do a good job of growing a business, but also loving on your family, right? They've got, I think 3, right? 3 beautiful kids, awesome family. They have a ton of fun. I think really there's 4 kids because Rickeyta's, but Anthony's like a big kid, like me. How do y'all have, I'll throw this to Rickeyta. How do y'all have such good work-life balance while having such a thriving business?
I think it's more than we're having work-life balance. It's more having work-life priorities and putting things in the right priority. All right. I know that my family, I built this business so I can have more time with my family, build the lifestyle that we want to have. So I'm going to prioritize, okay, I have to make the money because I want this. Putting everything in priority of God first, family, and then business. Once any of those things get out of whack, your whole life is out of whack. You see more conflict in your relationship. Your kids are being sacrificed because you have to go and work. You're sacrificing time with them. Like it's instead of saying work-life balance, is work-life priorities.
Good.
And
Yeah.
I'll just add to that too, that the business is just an extension of your life. If you can really get that into perspective of your business is an extension of your life, it really helps to focal point that priority and what goes in what order.
Yeah. Yeah. I think kind of curious. Who's the boss?
Boss of what? Because if it's boss of, hey, making the money, that's me. But if it's boss of, hey, keeping a relationship in order, that's her.
Rickeyta, would you
I
agree?
say, I'm the head, she the heart.
That's right. Rickeyta, would you agree?
Yes, very much so.
That's
The only way a marriage or a business can last is depending on your level of how much pressure you can handle.
that's
Because
that's good.
anytime you're building muscle, anytime you're building something that's going to withstand time, it takes getting uncomfortable. Like you're not going to like workouts the day after. You're going to be tired with pain and all this kind of stuff. It's just your pain tolerance, how long it's going to last. So not saying like abuse or someone cheating or anything, but how much can I take on, okay, he's trying to help me in this area. How much critique can I take? Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to grow in this area. Oh, one of my kids are sick. My spouse is sick. Okay, how do I need to step up in helping with bringing in finances? Like all of those things play into it, pain tolerance.
Yes, that's good. You're also all on the same page, all the time. Like, I don't think there's a question I could ask that y'all probably haven't talked about yet. Like, I think that's important to mention.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll find out.
It depends. Like,
I may push the envelope today. We're gonna see, right? What can couples do to get more on the same page like y'all are?
I'll say this, because even like with the last question, when you say boss, right? Well, it's not really who's the boss, it's who has the authority in this position. It's all about position, right? So then, as you understand, you have the father, son, spirit, husband, wife, kids. You're looking at authority in that aspect, right? But then beyond that, when you're looking at roles, responsibilities, like I say, I have authority if it's systematizing, organization, automation in the business, sales, training, development, that sort of stuff, right? But then when it comes to her, she'll say, well, hey, yeah, you didn't taught this person how to make some money, but have you checked on them to see how they were doing? Like, have you made sure they were good as a person? So now she's the authority person in the sense of, hey, she's over making sure people are taken care of. That's because right. I dropped the ball in that area. And she's phenomenal in that area.
Yeah. That's such a good answer because it's interesting. Y'all are a lot like, I don't know if this has ever been discussed, but y'all are a lot like Lauren and I. Like she is incredible with the culture and people and taking care of the office and building relationships. And after I just blow people out and piss them off, she's there to like coddle them and like make sure they're okay. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rickeyta, can you relate to that?
Oh yes. But it takes understanding though. Like I understand who he is. Like Lauren understands who you are. Like that's why I love using the DISC assessment is because I understand he's a DC. So you have to have all facts lined up before he can just, all right, we going forward. We're making a decision. So he has to, that's how he is. He's a driver, but he also is a very analytical driver. So, and then I'm ID. So I love the people part. I love to bring the fun and I like to make decisions, but at the same time, I don't think before I act. I like to go first. So, it's understanding your spouse. That's where you can really grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just all around life. Just as we talk, I know we're talking a lot about marriage, business, but even with the kids, like, I could be hard driving, right? Even last night.
Oh my God.
I could be hard driving with the kids, but then she'll have to come along and kind of like soften the blow up. Not stepping on my toes or undermine authority or anything like that, but it's just the simple fact that, hey, you were a little rough on them, you were a little hard on. I know you got the lesson, but you got to season it with some grace now.
But also at the same time, all the kids are not the same. He can discipline our middle son way different than he can our oldest son.
Right.
Our oldest son is a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah.
Our middle son, he's competitive in everything. He
challenged me at everything.
And then our daughter, she's like, she makes friends wherever she goes. So all of them are different, and
cool.
Navigate through differences.
Yeah, it's cool that you're. I mean, so let's talk to the DISC. You brought up the DISC assessment. For those that don't know what it is, let's explain it for a couple minutes on how it works and why it's important.
So the DISC is a personality assessment, behavioral assessment. It's usually determined by three things. It's either hereditary, life experiences, and role models. So that's how your behavior is determined, and how you see money, how you see the world, how you see other people. The four personalities are dominance, influence, steady, and compliance. So yeah, those are the four personalities. Dominance, usually your drivers, they make decisions quickly. I, influence, they're usually persuasive, optimistic, bring the fun. S, steady, they just want stability. C, compliant, they want analytics, they want the facts and all those things. So that's where it comes from.
Anthony, what is it like to be dominant and compliant all at the same time?
I'm gonna tell you what's real crazy about this. See, I'm super defiant against external rules and regulations. I break them, right? But then in the office, I set the law, and you better be compliant to these systems. So I'm real hard on you being compliant to my systems, but then I don't have to be compliant to your systems.
So that's the D. Like,
yes.
Be in control.
Yes, that's good. That makes sense. And how do y'all work? How do y'all help? Y'all help people with like personalities and offices and operations and like DISC and stuff. So how do you say someone reached out and you worked with them in some way? What would you do? How would that work?
Well, first, say if we bring in an agent, we'll get them to apply, and then if we do the interview, we'll see if they're a good fit for the team. Then after that, we get them to do an assessment, and depending on the position that they applied for, certain personalities don't go in, say, a sales environment. Certain personalities don't go in a service environment. Like, say how you guys are D's, like y'all are not going to be the best in a service position. Like, it's just, do you want it or not?
Yes.
Versus me is I was like, okay, do you want it? You know, these are the benefits of it. Are you happy with it? And all this kind of stuff. So we usually try to get them to do a DISC assessment just to see if the position they're applying for is right for them. Because that's why a lot of people aren't happy in their positions or what they do, because they're not in the right position catered to their strengths. So
So we do that for our team members, and then also if somebody external say, hey, well, I want to reach out to you all and I want to do some assessments because I want to know how to understand myself better, understand my strengths, my weaknesses. I've never done an assessment. I want somebody who knows what they're doing to break it down for me. If they reach out to us, we offer those services as well to be able to go deeper with those individuals as well.
Yeah. What do y'all think my DISC is?
Definitely high D. Definitely.
You think so?
I would say outside of that,
he's a people.
I can see an I. Yeah.
That's right. DI. Yeah, DI. That's good. They've known me for a while, but to just like not see the assessment and know, right?
Yeah.
They understand this thing. It also helps with like y'all mentioned it, like how you speak to people, your team, how they operate, why they are the way they are. Like it's cool from like we do use it for our interview process as well. I got one back earlier of a salesperson we're looking at. And it said like some goods, some pros, some cons, like when pressure's applied, how do they respond? Like those type of things are good to know. You know, it's good. It's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm going to pick on each of you really quick and see where this goes. Okay.
Let's do it.
I know y'all like a good competition and fun, you know, anyway, y'all are a blast. They're a blast to hang out with. If you don't know them, do me a favor and add them on social media, reach out to them. They're special people. They're good people. They're highly ethical people that I trust in a massive way. So when I endorse them, I want you to make sure that you follow them and do some more stuff with them. Okay. I'm curious. I'll ask Rickeyta first, and you're going to answer about Anthony. Okay.
All right.
Ladies first.
Okay. That's right. So Rickeyta, what do you think that as a leader, where do you think Anthony's got the most room for growth?
Good question. He has the most room for growth in the area of patience
Okay. That's a good answer.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good. That's good. What do
Is
you
that
think?
right?
Yeah, I can say that. That's one of them.
What was the what else were you thinking, Anthony? What did you think she was going to say?
If I would have thought what she would have said, I would have said to be more understanding.
That was my second.
See?
Okay, that's good. What do you think about Rickeyta? How do you answer this question about Rickeyta? What do you think?
What she can improve on the most, I would have to say she can improve on holding people accountable.
Ooh.
Because she tends to like relationships.
Yeah.
And then the fact of holding somebody accountable, it's like, I don't want to do it because now it's going to hurt our friendship. Whereas me, I'm like, well, hey, this is about taking care of business. This is what we committed to. This is what we need to do. I don't want to hear all of that.
Yep.
I can agree.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. Look at y'all, man. Look at y'all. And they're still gonna love each other after this. That's amazing. That's amazing.
There we go.
Y'all coach people a lot. Business, life. What do you coach them on? What does that look like? How does that work? What do you talk through? Maybe you've got real case studies, etc.
Okay, I'll take this one. So the biggest thing we would like to challenge people on and change their mindset is in the sense of how they view the world, how they view situations, because the way your lens is will determine what you see. So again, now, if you have a person who wants to be successful, you have like 1 + 1 = 2. So on the right side of the equation is 2. If your outcome is, hey, I want to make more money, well, we have to look at the 2 variables up front. What is 1 + 1? What are these 2 variables? We help you identify those things. And then at that point, we're helping you to put the right activities in place to move through it, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
This is an equation.
Yeah, that's well, there's the analytical side. What do you think?
There you go. See?
What do you think about that, Rickeyta? What would you like to add?
I don't think I would add any. I would add, we look at, even though we get them to do a personality assessment working with us, we also get them to do a business assessment.
Yeah.
Like Anthony is a super businessman. So I love that I get to get that from him. But because he's so business focused, business minded, we have to have them look at what their business looks like. Like, yeah, you're looking at your personal, but we also have to look at professional development.
Yeah.
So we get them to do a combo of things.
Well, and the business has created a life for y'all, you know, like it's created a life. You're traveling all the time, you know, you're just doing your thing. You're getting burnt. You're getting allergic to the sun. You're doing your thing. You're just doing it all. You know? I slid that in there too.
What can't get so bad this time.
That's right. What does the business assessment tell you, and why is that so important?
Okay, so for me, it's very important because I need to see what is your viewpoint when you think about what a business is, right? So I need to see what your ideal of a business is and then help change that focal point. So like for an example, a lot of times you'll get a person who says, well, hey, I quit my job and now I'm cutting hair, right? So I'm cutting hair, which you're making money, but that's not a business. You don't have any systems in place. You don't have any accountability in place. Like, what are your hours? What is your structure? So now once I do the assessment, I can get in here and see, hey, what is your plan on hiring team members? What is your plan on your finances? What is your plan on marketing? What are your plan? And then by the time they get through with this assessment, they see, man, you know what? I didn't know what a business was at all. I just thought business was me leaving my job, hustling, making some money, and I was in business for myself. And that's where you look at the cash flow quadrant, the ESBI, the characteristics from a successful S to a B are totally different. So we have to first get you to see what a business is to even show you what you need to be working on. And that goes to that 1 + 1 equation to get to the other side, which is 2.
Yeah. We've spoken to Pat and David on a few occasions. Like one time he woke us up and he said, Anthony was saying, we're doing numbers, we're getting the numbers on the board, we're making sales and all this kind of stuff. He said, no, you need to stop just trying to put numbers on the board, but build a business.
build a real business. He
What
said
is
he said build a real business, because we talk to him pretty occasionally, right? And the times we talk, and he's very tough on us. And so now we see what he was talking about. Is, hey, stop trying to put numbers on the board and build a system, something sustainable. Build a business, not put numbers on the board. So now that we understand that, we bring that same enlightenment to other people.
It's good. That's strong.
Yeah.
So many people are just entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, no business, no systems, no processes. And so that makes a ton of sense. That's so good. Couple other questions. How do you, back to coaching, why do you enjoy that specifically? I'll throw it to Rickeyta. Like, why do y'all enjoy that?
I love to see people win.
Yeah.
I want people around me who are doing something, going somewhere, because then it makes me, level myself up. Like, that's why we're big on the relationship with you and Lauren too, and John. Yeah. And it's like, if I don't have people who are around me that's growing, then you get stagnant, and then you feel like the big man amongst all these little people. Mm-hmm. Hey, no. So we just want to see people grow. We want to see people win. The things that we know now, we wish we would have known then. We are able to pass that along to people. That's why coaching is so important, because we're passing on the wealth of knowledge.
That's good. That's good. Hey, Anthony, who's the better one-to-one coach?
One-to-one coach? Well, it depends on the scenario. Because again, if we're talking about sales, overcoming objections, how to structure a day, making money, stuff like that, then that's my area of expertise. It's kind of like you're playing basketball. Some people are good at scoring. Some people are great at defense. Some people are great at, you see what I'm saying, all this thing, rebounding. Yes. So that's my strong point. And so her strong point, again, when you're talking about confidence, you're talking about, hey, how do I attack the day, believing in myself, affirmations, all that kind of stuff. Because I don't care if you're making $1 million. If you're not confident, then how long is it going to last? So how impactful you're going to be, and how much you're going to enjoy it, basically. So again, we have our strong points.
It's good. I love it. Two more questions. Okay. How do you handle conflict amongst each other and in a business?
So personal conflict first, and then how do we do it in business, or be a little bit more specific?
Yeah. Personal, and then how do you handle business conflict? Maybe amongst you, but maybe the conflict in business is amongst the team.
Okay. We ain't perfect, trust me.
You're close.
Far from perfect, still growing this area, but it all still comes back to understanding your spouse. One thing that the DISC assessment shows is your fear, your greatest fears. Mm-hmm. So I know that with that personality, his greatest fear is being taken advantage of. Mine is fear of rejection. So if you just saying, hey, go off and do your own thing, like, you push me to the side, I've feel rejected. So now I'm attacking in another way. So really just getting out of, is this personal preference or is this a principle that we're arguing about, and get your feelings out of it and come from a point of understanding the other spouse.
Yes.
I would say me, just on the relationship part, is I'm doing a lot better because, again, as a high competitor, like, I want to win. Yes. Right? Yes. So whether it's business, sports, argument, whatever, I want to win, right? Yes. So I'll drop something I know I shouldn't say to win, right? But then you got to think, when you just did that, you just crushed your spouse, right? So now you got to think about it. You're in a relationship with your spouse. What's at the end? A ship, right? So if you and your spouse are on this ship and it sinks, y'all both just sink. You're both lost. So even if you feel like you won this argument, but you just left your partner hurt. So you see what I'm saying? So you really both lost.
Good.
So that's something to think about in the midst of that heated argument, not saying something that you know you ain't supposed to be saying to try to win. And then also that, hey, if you crush this person, y'all both lose. So how can you both walk away with a smile on your face?
It's good.
It's possible.
Yeah. Same can be said for business conflict, like you need the people on the squad that are good and, and that care a lot. That's good. That's really good feedback. What can they expect to learn? Talk about Power Couples Conference, what that's going to be like, who's going to be there, what they can expect, why people should consider it, why they should go check it out at powercouplesconference.com, why they should come hang out with the three of us and Lauren.
Okay, I'll let you start.
Yeah. So we have a lineup of great and impactful speakers who are people who work with their spouse to give you success tips. I'm excited about the growth the learning that people are going to get, or the knowledge that people are going to get from this conference, because a lot of people say, how do you do this? I don't want to work with my spouse. Or even if you're not working with your spouse, you need to understand who they are or if you have an entrepreneur and you have a person who is W-2, okay, I need to know that you're sacrificing your time because you want to get this for us. Like, so understanding the mind of an entrepreneur, getting in that world and how to navigate through that, I'm excited about that. It's going to be high energy. We're high energy, so it has to be high energy. It's going to be fun. Got the music pumping, playing. It's going to be here in Dallas, Texas. What you got on that?
I would say one of the biggest things is just the fact that you're getting a chance to get a refresher, a reset button pressed in your marriage. So if you think about, like, if people go to church, you know, when you have the summer, you have revival, and you have that week to rejuvenate. So at the conference, we're going to be able to help people to reset some things, realign their marriage, because believe it or not, most marriages don't have a clear mission and vision for their marriage. Yeah. So during that, in which I'm kind of spilling some of the sauce, so we're going to be going through that. So when you leave, you have a clear mission and vision for your marriage. Most people have a mission and vision for their business, but then you ask them the question, what's the mission for your marriage? What's the vision for your marriage? You see what I'm saying? Now, when the spouses are having conflict, it's because their value system's on the line. They've never talked about certain of these things. So at the conference, beyond just making money, which is definitely going to be part of the topic, but outside of that, we really want to help point to having an impactful marriage. Because I'm telling you, it's so many times you're saying 7-figure dads, terrible at home with the wife and kids, or vice versa. The wife is a 7-figure mom, but then terrible with the kids and the husband. So it's all of that, but there are the value systems on the line. So we want to help get alignment and unity in the marriage, in the household. So when you're making all this money, you can enjoy it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, what point is to make it a bunch if you can't enjoy it along the way, right? You can't take it with you, you know? Right. If they want to reach out and learn more from y'all, where can they follow? What can they do? And how can they engage with the Starks?
Okay. So, you know, tell them the site, the Super
yeah,
Starks.
We have the
superstarks.com.
Right? Okay, Super Starks.
So you go to thesuperstarks.com. You'll find us there. And so just to kind of give a little spiel, we're releasing the show here soon. So that'll kind of be a little sizzle.
That's cool.
You better check that out. But yeah, so you better reach us there. Obviously, you can look us up, Anthony Starks, Rickeyta Starks on Facebook, Instagram. You can find us there as well. And then
the powercouplesconference.com.
Yes.
Tickets.
I love it. That's so good. Check out Anthony and Rickeyta. Y'all are amazing. Anything you want to leave as we close out today's podcast episode? I appreciate y'all being on so much. I'm super excited for the Power Couples event as well.
Yes. I will say this, just as we're talking about the Power Couples. And again, this is super important because beyond salvation, that's the biggest decision you're going to make on an eternal perspective. Behind salvation, your next biggest covenant is marriage. You don't have a covenant with your business. You don't even have a covenant with your kids. So your marriage is such an essential part of your spiritual, physical, mental, all that well-being, that just keep that in perspective when you're thinking about your marriage.
It's good. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you being on today. You guys rock. Give it up for the Starks. Show them some love in the comments as you watch this. Okay. Appreciate y'all both. Thank you so much.
There we go.
Thank you.
Boom.
I love it. Thank you, Starks. Thanks for listening to CA Power Players Podcast. Go check them out. They're a power couple. We all want to be power couples. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Peace.
Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there. Welcome back to the CA YouTube channel. I love finding special guests that know special information and that can help everyone as they are trying to blow up their business. This cat I got today, okay, he may not even love being called a cat, but I'm telling you, this dude is impressive.